Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Today, we're going to focus on ourselves, our careers in cybersecurity. And if you're in cybersecurity now, it's very likely you didn't land here from outer space. You didn't parachute to Earth and just begin working in this field. There's a whole context behind you, around you, over you, under you. And in cybersecurity, as with any field, being able to tell a story that gives yourself relevance in the context of your field can be very important, especially when you're working with other teams or with clients and across industries. That's what this workshop is about. Knowing where you fit into the innovation timeline is important. Knowing where you fit into cyber defense timelines are important. And knowing where you fit in against the attack timelines can be interesting. You can deliver this workshop anywhere, at a conference, to a group of students, to workmates. It's a fun way to invest in yourself and to explore your own history in the context of the industry. And this workshop has really three components. The first is developing the various timelines. I'll be showing you an attack timeline, but you can just as easily create a technology innovation timeline. I've also done that here as well. So I'll show you an attack timeline, a technology innovation timeline specific to cybersecurity, and then you can merge them together to get a more holistic picture before you overlay your own career history over these timelines. At the end, you'll be able to see the entire holistic picture and the story, perhaps, of why you got into cybersecurity, and what you focus on once you got there might become more illuminated. You can also have a chance of discovering more about where you see yourself in this industry in the future. So for this workshop, you'll need a resume or a timeline of your own history. And so now let's begin. Now, if you deliver this in a workshop format for a group of people, you can deliver it over two parts, creating an industry context timeline and a personal timeline overlay, and then merging them together. And then during the second part of the workshop, have people get up and share their powerful stories. Okay, here we go. I am going to show you the three timelines, the three timeline templates. One for cyber threats. This is where we are right here. And then we have the more blue team related timeline, which is really innovations and advancements in cybersecurity. Then we have the personal story that we will then merge together, and then the end will look like this. So we will go step by step. I'll introduce the cyber threats timeline, then I'll introduce the innovations in cybersecurity timeline and the milestones that I chose, and then I will show you my personal timeline, and then I will actually run through what it looks like to weave the story together, to hopefully come up with something more integrated, holistic, and compelling that speaks to the individual. Okay, here is the cyber threats timeline. I've got the Citibank hack in 1994 that exploited software vulnerabilities to gain unauthorized access to customer accounts. Russian hackers used a flaw in Citibank's online banking system to transfer funds to various global accounts. And this really underscores the need for patch management, secure coding practices. Then we've got the 1999 Melissa virus, which spread through email as a macro virus attached to MS Word documents. It replicated itself to the first 50 contacts in the user's address book, overwhelming email servers globally. This was social engineering, exploiting trust in email attachments. This incident highlighted the need for email security and user security awareness training. And then we've got in 2000, the I love you attack, which spread as malicious email attachment disguised as a love letter. The virus overwrote files and spread through email, causing widespread disruption globally. And then in 2009, Operation Aurora targeted multiple tech companies like Google and Adobe, aiming to steal intellectual property and compromise systems. Perpetrators exploited a zero-day vulnerability in Internet Explorer to launch spear phishing attacks. This one highlighted the risks of targeted espionage and the need for patch management and defense in depth. Then we've got the 2013 Target breach, and that involved hackers gaining access to the retailer's network through a third-party HVAC contractor whose credentials were compromised. And the malware installed on Target system then stole credit card information from more than 40 million customers. This incident underscored the importance of supply chain security and the need for robust network segmentation and monitoring to prevent data breaches. And then in the 2017, the WannaCry ransomware attack spread globally, and that infected hundreds of thousands of computers by exploiting a vulnerability in Microsoft's SMB protocol. The ransomware encrypted files on infected systems and demanded ransom payments in Bitcoin. Then we've got the infamous SolarWinds attack in 2020. That was an election year, by the way. And that involved compromising the SolarWinds Orion software, updates with a sophisticated supply chain attack. Malicious actors inserted a backdoor into the updates, which were then distributed to thousands of organizations globally, including government agencies and Fortune 500 companies. This incident underscored the need for enhanced supply chain security. And then in 2023, not so long ago, the T-Mobile attack resulted in the theft of personal data from millions of customers due to unauthorized access to its systems. So that is the cyber threat timeline, or the cyber attack and threat timeline. Okay, so here we are in the next timeline template for innovations in cybersecurity. This was this I call the blue team timeline, or the more positive timeline. And we start out with 1987, when commercial antivirus began to appear. The emergence of this marked a pivotal moment in cybersecurity. These programs like Norton Antivirus, McAfee Virus Scan introduced proactive defenses against computer viruses, leveraging signature-based detection to identify and mitigate malicious code. This innovation laid the foundation for ongoing advancements in cybersecurity, demonstrating the industry's early response to emerging digital threats and emphasizing the importance of continuous evolution in defense strategies against evolving malware landscapes. And then we have in 1990, mass consumer adoption of the internet revolutionized global connectivity like never before. The introduction of user-friendly web browsers, dial-up connections, this ended up democratizing access to information and communication worldwide. This era saw the rapid expansion of email, web browsing, early social media platforms, paving the way for e-commerce and digital transformation, although folks were a little bit hesitant during this time period. And the widespread adoption of the internet highlighted the need for robust cybersecurity measures to protect personal data and ensure the reliability of online interactions. And then we've got in the 2000s, the cyber attacks saw a drastic increase. That part isn't positive, driven by rapid technological advancements and widespread internet adoption. So really, the internet had become completely democratized, really, and spread to make the internet and global communication accessible to many. The proliferation of interconnected systems and digital services expanded the attack surface. So this exposed vulnerabilities in networks, software, and even user behaviors. Notable incidents like the Code Red Worm and SQL Slammer highlighted the growing sophistication and impact of cyber threats. This era underscored the critical need for robust cybersecurity practices. And that includes patch management, network segmentation, and user education. People started to think about security. Unfortunately, during that whole decade, perimeter security seemed to be about it, other than the antivirus on hosts. But it wouldn't be until later that the people started to take the layered security more seriously. And then in 2004, cyber threat intelligence as a term emerged and focused on gathering and analyzing data to understand and mitigate against cyber threats proactively. By 2005, the first generation cybersecurity the first generation security information and event management, or SIEMs, however you pronounce it. They integrated log management and log correlation to facilitate detection and alerting capabilities. And this allowed for more advanced security monitoring in a centralized location. And so by 2008, cloud security standards were established, addressing risks in cloud computing through guidelines and best practices, ensuring data protection and compliance in cloud environments, although it was still in its infancy. These milestones laid crucial foundations for strategies in cybersecurity and with an emphasis on proactive threat intelligence, advanced monitoring, and secure cloud adoption. And then in 2014, we have NIST cybersecurity framework, which provided a pivotal guide for organizations to assess and enhance their cybersecurity defenses, emphasizing risk management and resilience. And by 2017, quantum cryptography advancements introduced new possibilities for secure communications, leveraging quantum mechanics to develop encryption methods resistant to future quantum computing threats, promising a paradigm shift in cybersecurity resilience and data protection. And then in 2020, OpenAI's release and the growth of generative AI marked a transformative milestone in technology. These advancements enabled machines to generate human-like text, images, and code, revolutionizing fields from content creation to cybersecurity. So it really reaches into every industry, every field. In this era, in the 2020s, it's ushering in new challenges, opportunities, emphasizing the importance of ethics in artificial intelligence development, robust security measures, and adaptive defenses against potential misuse of AI and cyber threats. Then, not too long ago, in 2021-22, advancements in homomorphic encryption and confidential computing reshaped cybersecurity. So, homomorphic encryption allows computations on encrypted data without decrypting the data, enhancing privacy in cloud environments. Concurrently, confidential computing establishes the secure processing of sensitive data in untrusted environments, safeguarding against insider threats and data breaches. So these innovations, they really signify critical strides towards protecting data integrity and privacy in an increasing interconnected, interdependent, and digital world. Um, and then in 2023, we have quantum safe cryptography and federated learning emerging as critical innovations in cybersecurity. Quantum safe cryptography addresses future threats from quantum computers. So again, this is another mention of the of ensuring encryption remains secure from the threat of quantum computing. And then we have the exciting federated learning, revolutionizing data privacy by enabling collaborative machine learning without centralized data storage, which preserves confidentiality. It means that not all of the data needs to be exchanged in order for learning to take place on the data. It's kind of it's fascinating. First we had federated identity. Now they're applying federation to learning, which I think is so creative, so amazing. These advancements signify pivotal steps toward enhancing cybersecurity resilience, protecting sensitive information, and fostering trust in data driven technologies amidst evolving threats and regulatory landscapes. And that is the innovations in cybersecurity timeline. Okay, here we are at my personal timeline. I'm not going to take you through my personal timeline in this video. I am going to uh, put them all together, and on part 2 of this workshop, I will take you through the final result of how I have woven a story, my own personal story, out of these components. So this is part 1 of the workshop. And in part 2, I will go ahead and um, basically present what I have created. And so I want to say, thank you for staying with me through this part 1 of the timeline overlay workshop. This is something that I will go ahead and link in the description so that you can download the template that I used to create this. And you can offer this in your own workshop. You can have, you can give the template out to the group that you're taking the workshop through, and then have them put together their milestones on the 3 timelines, and then merge those. And then the second workshop will be presenting it. So I'll see you in part 2 of this workshop series. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye.